A trail of hate that ended at the Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. today once took a detour through North Idaho.
The FBI says James Von Brunn walked into the museum today and started shooting before being shot by a security guard. One security guard is dead. Von Brunn is in critical condition at this hour. Von Brunn has a criminal history and a racist history, railing against Jews and minorities, once calling America a, quote, third world racial garbage dump. And he stayed for a short time in Hayden. It was part of the story we first broke on KXLY this afternoon. And tonight we have in-depth coverage with Tanya Dahl and Eric Loney in North Idaho. And Eric, you spoke with the man who had Von Brunn as a house guest.
Yeah, I did, and KXLY4 is choosing not to identify that man because he was only an associate and had nothing to do with today's crime. He did tell us Von Brunn stayed with him just a couple days, and he actually asked him to leave because he said Von Brunn was scaring him. Public records showed James Von Brunn listed a house on West Cardinal as his address for 5 months in early 2005. But the man he stayed with says Von Brunn was really here only 3 or 4 days. The two men met via white supremacist website. Von Brunn wanted to relocate to Idaho from the East Coast and needed a place to stay. But after only a couple days, the Hayden man asked him to leave because he said Von Brunn looked like someone who could snap, and he scared him. He said Von Brunn was angry about alleged Jewish involvement in the Federal Reserve. The Hayden man said Von Brunn headed toward Missouri after leaving Hayden, and he last talked to him about 4 years ago, and Von Brunn was still very angry. That local man said he was saddened by today's shooting and called it reprehensible. Now, we were not the only one to talk to him today. FBI agents also contacted him. We contacted the FBI to ask him about it, and they did not return our calls. Reporting live in Hayden, Eric Loney, KXLY4 HD News.
In-depth coverage continues tonight with KXLY4's Tanya Dahl, also in North Idaho. And Tanya, the community thought it had gotten rid of this stigma that it was a hotbed for racist activity.
That's right. Many here would like to forget about the white supremacy movement that made national headlines here. But today's shooting was a reminder of North Idaho's dark past. Hayden is being thrown back into the national spotlight again because James Von Brunn, the man suspected of shooting and killing a security guard at the Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. today, stayed in Hayden back in 2004. That was 5 years ago, when Aryan Nation founder Richard Butler was facing bankruptcy after a civil trial that made national headlines. I chatted with folks living in North Idaho who say the fact that Von Brunn stayed in Hayden for a short time isn't an accurate reflection of this community.
It's absolutely a hideous thing, but our population of the white supremacists is very small here. And I come originally from Chicago, and we have whole towns that are white supremacists there. And so I don't think that's not what we should be known for here.
You know, it's a tragedy for all parties that were involved, but, you know, I think Hayden's a great place to live, and you know, I hope that it doesn't label us.
And Hayden city officials say the town is moving forward, and it's a very different place from the time when white supremacists called Hayden home. Live in Coeur d'Alene, Tanya Dahl, KXLY4 HD News.